Now we will discuss list and its methods. So let's connect our notebook and change the title of file, list and its method. Let's write the heading in the code, list and its methods. So now as well in the we have already discussed in the data types that how we can declare a list. So let's discuss again. So this is list one variable I'm taking here, and the list which I want to create, that is 10 20 30, and print this L1. As you can see, let's you can check the data type also of this L1. L1 is type L1. So as you can see, the data type of L1 is list. So now we are going to discuss some basic operations or methods which we can use in the list, like how we are going to add the other elements in the list, how we can add another list, how we can remove the elements according to position, and then we will be discussing few examples also. So the very first one which we are going to discuss, that is indexing. That indexing indexing in list. Indexing in list. Now let's consider this a is variable here, 10 20 Python. So I want to store this value in list. Now I want to print only the specific one, that is L, sorry, A, and at the position of 2. So now it will return me the Python. So this 10 at the position number 0, because the positive indexing will start with the 0, 1, 2, and so on, and the negative indexing will start from the -1. Now as you can check with the -1 also, it will return the Python only. So this is how we can apply the indexing in the list. Next, which we are going to discuss, that is slicing in list. Slicing, which means extracting the specific part from a list. For now, let's consider this A is L2. We are taking it as a list name. Now let's store the data here. Python sync 4.5. Now I want to extract from L2. I want to extract from 1 to 3. So now let's check. So 1 to 3 is that from 1 and 2, this 3 will not be excluded because the final value will always will always not excluded, and the initial one will be included. So it means 1 2 3, which means 1 and 2. So this 10 at the 0 position, 20 is at the first position and 45 is at the second position. So only 1 and 2, which means 20 and 45 will display. Now let's check the another one, that L2. Now check for the 2 to 5, which means it will print for second, third and fourth position. So that is 45, Python and Sing. 0, 1, 2, it will start printing from 2. So 45, then 3 Python and then 4 Sing. Fifth will be excluded. So if you want to print fifth also, then you have to write 6 here. L2, then 2 to 6. Now it will give you the complete one. Now we are going to discuss that how we can append a list, which means if after declaring a list, if I want to add few more values in it. List 3, I want to take it as a variable. 10 Python language 5.2. Now I want to append. Now let's take another variable, that is a. In this we are going to write L3 dot append. In append, I want to append the 60 here. So we will compare the result also. So I will run this L3 here, and then after declaring this also I will print L3. So now let's check. So if we are going to call print function here, so it will display this one as it is, but after using this print function, we did some modification, that we appended this value here. So whatever we are going to, whatever the value which is going to be append, that value is going to be add in the last of that list. So as you can see, 10 Python language 5.2 and 60. So now the 60 will be added in the last. So this is how we can append. So now let's check if you want to append b variable. Now we will take L3 dot append 40, 60. Now let's print b. Okay. Uh, yes. So now check. This is the limitation in append we are having, because in append we can use only the single item to add in the list. Now I try to add multiple items, which means more than one value I wanted to add in the list. So now it will throw an error that list.append will take exactly only one argument, or you can say one value. So we will write here, we will put inside the hashtag this one also, and I will give you a message here that append function will take only single argument. So this is the limitation of the append. So now we are going to discuss, that is another method, that is using insert. Write a program to insert value at specific position in list, because in this one append we were trying to add the value, but the value was added in the last of the list. but now I want to add the value at a specific position. So now let's check it how it will work. List 4, I'm taking it as a variable for now. 10, 20 and 40. So now I want to insert in L4 dot insert, and at the second position I want to insert, that is value is 50. So now I will print L4. So as you can see, this value 15 is at the will be added at position number 2. So 0, 1 and 2. So at the position number 2 this value is going to add. So now if you want to add few more values, so in the same way you can use insert. Like I want to add Python here now, but position is, now let's mention 4. Now let's call print L4 and now run the program. So as you can see, after running the print function here, I modified it again, this list, that at the position number 4 I wanted to insert Python. Then I will call print function again. Now as you can see, the 10, 20, 15 and 40, now the Python is added here at this specific position. If you want me to add it at the in the starting only, so the Python will be added in the beginning of the list. So this is a basic difference between the append and insert, that in the append the value by default it will be added in the last of the list, and in insert it's in our hand, that wherever you want to insert at what specific position. So now we want to if you want to remove a particular item from the list, so write a program to delete the item from a list. So for this, let's take a variable L5 in dictionary 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now I want to remove, then we will be using remove from the position number 3. Like if I want to remove this 40, so this 40 is at the position number 3 because 0, 1, 2 and 3. So now I want to remove it. Now let's print L5 and let's enter print L5 here also, so that we can identify the changes. Okay, we have mentioned the position here by mistake. I wanted to delete 40, so I will write here 40. So remove is working according to the value, not according to the positioning here. So by mistake I written the position. I was confused in like, because in the insert we have discussed according to the position, but in remove we just have to mention the specific value which you want to delete, mention the value and it will be deleted from the list. So as you can see, this was the original list, and this one, as you can see, we after the changes, after removing the value 40, we are having this list. Now let's discuss another example, that write a program. Write a program to clear the list, which means if you want to clear all these values, if you want to remove it. So now let's consider L6. Let's take the list 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now let's clear this list. L6 dot clear, and now print L6 And now let's print here also, so that we can identify the changes of. So as you can see, this one was the list which we are having, which we were having. So now after clearing it, as you can see, now we are having this empty list. So if you want to clear all the particular values from it, and if you want to insert it from fresh, so you can use this clear one, and after that you can use the append or the insert also. We will be discussing about the extend also, that how we can insert one list, one complete list inside the another list. So now let's move to the another program, that write a program to copy list 1 to the list 2. So now consider L1 we are having here, the value is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now L2, now let's consider L2 variable here, and in this one I want to copy my list 1, then copy list 1 complete, then print L1 also and print L2 also. So now let's check. As you can see, I have assigned the value only in the L1. So as you can see, L1 is also having the same elements, and L2 is also having the same values. In the same way, you can make the changes into the now L2 dot copy to L3, and now you can call the print L3. So now the value will be copied to L3 also. So this is how the copy function is working. Whenever you have to do the copy and paste exactly if you want those elements from the another list, so you can use the copy function with the combination of that list, and then you can assign the variable here, as we have assigned the value to the L1, and in the L2 we wanted to copy all the elements of L1 in L2, so that's why we have used here L1 dot copy. So now basically it will duplicate it, and now as you can see, the same elements which we were having in the L1 is now in the L2, and same in the L3 also. So now let's discuss the another program of extend, which we were discussing, that write a program of extend function, or just write a program for extending a list, or write a program to extend a list by using extend. Now let's consider we are having this L1 as a variable here. So L1 we are at initialize the values to the variable 10, 20 and 30. Now there is L2, and the value of L2 is 40, 50 and 60. Now there is L3, a new list which I want to create, and I want to merge this L1 extend L2. Now let's print all three lists so that we can identify the changes. Print L1, print L2 and print L3 also. So as you can see here, the print L1 or the print L3 which we have used here. So the list is extended, which means if you want to add one list inside the another list, so this is how we can do it. So now this list is extended, to the 10, 20, 30, and then 40, 50, and 60. But I guess we have done something wrong here. Let's check for the L1 only. Let's change the variable once, because earlier also we have used here. So B print A. Yes. So now as you can see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. The confusion which we were getting, just because we have already used these variables here, L1, L2, we were keep on using this. So by mistake, interpreter might get confused because of that. So we have changed the uh, variable name here, that A and B. So now what we have done, I have extended the values of B to list A. So as you can see in this list A, now we are having 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So this 40, 50, 60 values which we have added here from the list B. Now we are going to discuss how to sort a list. So write a program to sort a list in Python. So for this, let's take a variable x here, then 10, 44, 12, 6, 4. So now as you can see in this list, there is no ascending order, there is no descending order. But I want to sort this list into the ascending order or into a specific order, so that it can be stored in an organized way. So now let's x dot sort, and then print x. So as you can see, the values are sorted in an order. But now the question arises that this sort is working only in the ascending order by default, if we are not mentioning anything, any value here. So how we can make it into the descending order? So now let's discuss for that, write a program for sorting a list in descending order. Now let's consider we are having, let's take the y variable here, and let's use these same values here also. And now what is the catch here, that inside the sort you have to mention reverse is true, and then the complete list will be reversed. In now as you can see, this was in the ascending order, now this is in the descending order. And after the descending order, if someone will say you that which one is the second largest number, which one is the largest number, so you can easily access from it. Now let me tell you that write a program for checking the largest and second largest number in list. So how we will do, I will explain it from scratch. Now let's consider we are having the list here with the j variable, 10, 44, 2, 67, 3, and 90. So now as you can see, this list is not sorted into the ascending order or in the descending order. But now we will sort this list in descending order. There is a reason that I will explain you why we are sorting into the descending order. Now we will enter that print largest element in list j is, then write here j 0, and for second largest we will mention print second largest number, that is j1 element in list. Second largest element in j1 is j1. Now let's run. So as you can see that the largest element in the list j is 90, and this second largest element is 67. But I told you that we can find the largest and the second largest number in the list just after doing the reverse sorting only. Why not in the ascending order? Because if we don't even know that how many elements, how many values we are having in the list. So this is the catch. Like if you will sort it into the descending order, as you can see, this is arranged in the descending order. So if it will be arranged in the descending order, so the it's obvious that the very first element of this list, the very first value of the list will be the largest one, and second one will be the second largest one. So if we will apply the indexing here, so this 90 is at the position number 0, the 67 is at the position number 1. So by using the indexing, we can access the element from a list. So first we will sort it according to the descending order. Then we will use the indexing to check the largest and the second largest number in a list. So now there is another program, like if you want to calculate the values or in a list, write a program to calculate the values, or we can say elements in a list. Now let's consider h we are having as a list. 1 Python 2 2.2 56. So I want to calculate that how many total we are having here, how many total elements we are having in this list. uh, let's try for 1. Okay, this is basically for calculating the elements in a list. Okay, I guess according to the for this one we are going to use the length function here, and we will not pass the argument here, and then h. Now let's calculate the length of h. Yes. So now as you can see, the length of h list is 0, 1, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements we are having in this list. But the program which I was trying, that is to calculate the appearance of a particular element. Like let's take the same list again. So now here I want to check that how many times this 2.2 is appearing in this list. So it will show that 2.2 is appearing two times. But for checking the total number of elements in the list, to calculate the total number of elements in a list, we will be using the length function. And for calculating the appearance of a particular element in the list, then we will be using this count function. Now let's discuss the another program. Write a program to check the indexing of a element in list. Like if you don't know how to calculate the indexing, but you know the function that what is the if you want to check what is the indexing of the particular element in a list, so we can check. Let's take y as a variable here, and let's define a list 10, 20, 40, 55. Now let's check that print y dot index. Now like if I want to check the indexing of 20, so it will return the value 1, so which means the position of this element is 1. Now let's check for the position of 40, so it will show us the position of 40 is 2. And now we will check for the 10, so the position is 0, which means the indexing starts from the 0 only. Now we will be discussing that write a program to remove the duplicates in a list. That how we can remove the duplicates from a list. So now let's consider, let's take the variable h here. List we are having 1 1 3 3 2 2 3 3. Now I want to remove it. Now let's take the another variable. Let's take the unique, that we want to make this list into the unique one. We want to delete the duplicates, so list inside we will be using set. So this set function is we are using here so that the duplicate values will remove from here. Then print unique, and let's print, use the print function here also, so that we can check for this variable also, or we can identify the changes after using this set. So as you can see here, before this we were having value 1 1 2 2 3 3. So the value 1 is appearing two times, 2 is also appearing the two times, and 3 is also appearing the three times. So this is how we can remove the duplicate values from a list, and this is how we can maintain the data, the integrity of the data, and there will be no duplication in the data. And this is how we can maintain the particular, the unique values, or we can say atomic values in a list. Now let's discuss about that. Write a program to merge two list to lists in Python. As well as we have already discussed with the extend also, we can do it. So but no issue. Let's take list one, name m. List is having 10, 20 and 30. List n, let's declare with n variable, and this list is having 40, 50 and 60. So now I want to add this list. So for adding, as well as you can see the extend also, now it is showing as a hint also, but we will use the one, let's take another variable, that is add, and in add we will use this addition operator, that is concatenating. So now we will print this add here, and then now let's see the results. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now in the same way, let's take another variable, that is extend m dot extend n. So now print extend. So as you can wait, let's take another variable here, that is y. So here we will be using y. So let's, or we can use here in this next one. I guess we have already used this y, so let's take the L8. Okay, so let's do it without taking the variable. So as you can see, this we have added again. So this complete list will be added again, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Again it will be added 40, 50, 60, 40, 50, 60 and 40, 50, 60. There is a ambiguity. We can do one thing, like I want to show to all of you that this thing we can do with the extend also, which we have already done. So now let's take one variable as a 10, 20 and 30 AB. Let's take the another variable, that is CD, 40, 50 and 60. Now let's use this AB dot extend CD and then print AB. So now as you can see, we are having this same result here. Now let's run this one also. So as you can see, we are having the same result of these two programs. So we can extend the another list into the first list with using the addition operator also, as well as we can extend it by using the extend function also. So as we have discussed almost all possible operations on the list. So now in the next one, we will be discussing about the another data type and its methods.